Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This is Redneck Raised Bed Part 2. But first off, if you guys like the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below. You know, do the things to support the channel. I really appreciate you guys and everything you do. You guys are awesome for being here. I really appreciate it. So on with the raised bed. These are the materials we're going to use. So what these are is there are some logs I had laying around that I cut to the length I want. And here I'll show you the full length. There's the full length. So the way I'm here, let me adjust this back to where it was. Okay, so turn it that way there. So what I'm going to do is, this is the first layer you see here laid out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another set of logs on top of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with, if I'm going to use 3 logs tall or just 2. I have plenty of logs, so I might go 3 deep. Or, I don't know, I may feel that just 2 is fine. So materials I'm using are these logs you see here cut up with my chainsaw. I use an electric drill, which the battery's charging. That's why I'm going to pause the video here in a minute. So the battery's charging right now. I'm going to use some exterior deck screws. As you see, they're coated for corrosion protection. And I'm going to use this weed barrier on the bottom, you know, underneath. And then we're going to use these. You can see these, just these scraps. These are just a bunch of old pallet boards. These are the, you know, cross members that we didn't use on the other redneck raised bed. So a bunch of these boards. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you here. Let me turn the camera up like that. Actually, let me pause it for a sec. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these boards like this. I'm going to take a pallet board. I'm going to put it across here. They're not perfectly together right now. I'm just showing you for examples for the video. Put this board here. Put, you know, like 2 screws in this side, attaching it to this board or this log. Attach, you know, 2 screws to this one, about that far apart. Holding this, basically tying this log to this log. And then when I do that, I'm going to do that on all 4 corners. And then, here, let me move the camera a little bit. Do that on all 4 corners. And then what I do is I'm going to build the next level on top of it. I'm going to do the same thing. And then once the second level is built, what I'm going to do is take another board like this, you know, and basically go like this, screw it in, probably 1 or 2 screws, I don't know, depending on how solid I feel it needs to be. Screw this into this level, and then screw it into this level. So basically, crosswise like this, we'll tie this whole level together to itself, hold it all together, and then the cross one on each corner will hold them, the 2 levels together. We'll tie them together. And then I'll probably do one about halfway down on both sides also. Maybe 2, I don't know, depending on what I feel, how many of those tie-in sections I need. And then here's another thing I will show you. Actually, it's upside down. Let me pause this. Okay, so here's what I got for the potting soil. You can see this is Miracle Grow garden soil. Made with compost. You know, I checked out the ingredients. It's pretty good. It's what I could get, though. So got some of that. I got a couple bags. I think I got 3 or 4 bags of this. And I have, you know, a couple bags of this. This is raised bed potting soil. I really, you know what, honestly, I don't know what the difference is. I just figured there's a difference. Well, this is supposed to be used in ground. And then this, the brown one here, is for raised beds. But, I mean, come on, soil, dirt is dirt. But, and maybe that's beyond me. Maybe there is a reason that I don't know. But, hey, I'm just making do with what I got. So, and then also, I will show you as we go how we're going to fill this. We're not going to use all the stuff we bought. We're going to try to use as little of the stuff we bought as possible because it has to go a long ways. You know, it costs money. So, and as you see, this whole, you know, the whole idea of redneck raised beds are to use what you got around. Not to spend a bunch of money, not to buy all this lumber and, you know, cost 50, 60 bucks per raised bed and then fill it all with this kind of stuff. That costs a lot of money. I'm trying to save you guys some money, and of course I'm trying to save myself some money. So I'm using what I got. Like I said, all these old, you know, pallet boards and stuff like that. Some screws that I bought. You know, the weed barrier that I had laying around for use in these situations. So I will pause the video now, and then we will go back to starting construction. I will show you how this is, just a quick little how it's done. You kind of get the gist of it, but I want to show you that in part 1. So, and then I'll go into part 2. Probably filling it will be part 2. So I love you guys, and hang on for a sec. Okay, so what I got now is I got this board, just a pallet board I picked up. You know, it doesn't have to be pretty. I'm not making a beauty, you know, this isn't a beauty contest. But I got pre-drilled my four screws I'm going to use. So I got them just started, just so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do that. Basically, I'm just going to center it there. First I'm going to do is make sure it's lined up with both boards. And then I will screw this end in first. And then I'll screw the next one. Alright, so that's nice and solid there, but let me finish screwing these in. Alright. 1, 2, alright, now I got these cross members. So I'll make sure this is nice and tight together. Pull this direction, this is this direction. Hold on this, give it pressure to push against. And then I'm going to drive these in. Sounds like this battery's already dying. Let me quickly just show you this though, guys, this. There you go. So that's how I'm tying the ends together, the four corners. I'll do that, and then I guess what I will do is we'll do that on all four, because I don't have to sit here and show you guys all that stuff. You guys can figure it out from what I just showed you, what I'm doing. And then I'll put the next layer on, I'll tie them together, and then I will show you the point where I'll tie the two layers together, so just so you can see it done. So let me pause it and we'll start getting this other stuff done. Hey everybody, so while my son is doing that, he's doing some screwing down here, some of that. I just want to show you one thing I noticed, you guys might have noticed, is the extended mag. Glock 19 mag, 19 round mag plus one in the chamber, so 20 rounds. Normally I carry, you know, just a Glock 19 mag, 15 rounds. Well, in light of increased security measures, I put in the 19 rounder. So you guys might want to think about doing things like that. Yeah, it sticks out a little bit more. Just be cognizant of that. But increased security measures. Stay safe. Keep your guys safe. Let me pause it again and we'll show you some more. Okay, we got the first layer all tied together, so now I'm going to tie the second layer to itself. Luckily they balanced up here really well, so I'm just going to go with this and start attaching this layer to here so you guys can see it. Alright, that side's done. Let me do this side, and then I'll show you how I'm going to tie them together really quick. Alright, so we got that end tied. What I will do is, let me see, grab one of these boards, just another piece of pallet wood like I said, and I'll just pre-drill a couple. Well, first off, let me see the height. And what I'll do is this excess sticking up, I'm going to leave it for now because I'm going to determine if I want to do 3 logs tall. But if I don't, I'll just cut it off with a saw. I'll just trim it really quick. So what I'm going to do is, actually I'll just Let me see, I gotta judge where my other screws went. Actually, with that said, I'll just do it offset a little bit. I'll just offset it so that it doesn't interfere. And these screws are deep enough or long enough where they're going through both boards and at least about 1.5 inches into the log also. So it's tying everything together really nicely. There. Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's nice and solid. And like my son was just saying, I think this could actually turn out looking better than our other redneck raised bed, just because they're kind of like a log cabin, sort of. And I think as I'm looking at it here, pretty sure we're gonna go 3 logs tall. So I think we'll end this as into part 1, and then we'll do part 2 in a little bit after I show you some more progress. I'll probably put the 3 layers on maybe, and the next video will just be maybe filling it and some of the tricks that we're using to fill it. So with that said, I love you guys and blessings to you and yours.